Hello everybody and welcome to the TARDIS Zone. So, as you can tell by the video, we got another one of these clickbait articles. Actually, I have noticed that a lot of the media seem to be pushing for another female doctor. It's like as if they haven't learned their lessons over the last few years. But now we've got an article from the New Zealand Herald. I will put it in the link description. I'm not going to put it up on screen, but I'll read some of this. So, New Zealander Rose Matafeo tipped to be the next Doctor Who after Jodie Whittaker leaves in 2022. This article is actually absolute rubbish because the reason why they say she's tipped is because the Kiwi star has been named as a top pick to play the iconic television role. Jodie Whittaker is departing from the famous BBC role of Doctor Who in 2022, and speculation is mounting over who will get the keys of the TARDIS next. So this list, the New Zealand Herald put this up 5 hours ago. And they're using the list from the Guardian newspaper, from the reporter Martin Bellin, who has been shilling this era quite a lot. And he argues why she would be fit for the role. So, as I said, a lot of these media types are pushing another female doctor. A creative force in comedy and writing in her own show, she already faced down one Doctor Who villain, King Hydro Flax, who played by Greg Davis, as a standout contributor to the series 9 of Taskmaster. You can easily imagine her bursting out the TARDIS doors for a spot of adventure. I disagree. And I don't know why all of these journalists are shilling so hard for another female doctor. Again, as I said, it's like as if they haven't learned their lessons from the last few years. This is why I've been pushing the hashtag Sheen for 14. The reason why is we want to try eventually get that trending, because when a hashtag does trend, people like Martin pick up on these. Well, he certainly has, when all of the Whittaker fans have put out a hashtag and it's got trending. So, unless they're hypocrites, they obviously wouldn't do the same with ours. But it'd be interesting. But again, I don't agree with this choice for Doctor. Again, I don't know who she is. I haven't seen her in much. Obviously, other names have included Michaela Cole, obviously, but she's working now. We got Ollie Alexander, and we've got Sound of Metal star Riz Ahmed also. While it's early days yet in the search for the show's next big star, even just the mention of Matafeo's name on the list, it may delight Kiwi fans of the show. She won't get the show anyway, because BBC always go for a British actor. And it says if she's picked for the role to be the next Doctor, Matafeo's string of high profile will add to our string of high profile successes abroad. Her romantic comedy Starstruck debuted on US HBO Max and UK's BBC Three earlier this year and has already been picked up for a second season. Well, if she's doing the second season of that and then that becomes successful, sure, I can't see how she'd get the role anyway. Again, though, as I said, right, a lot of these articles that you're going to be seeing from the likes of Martin and others are all geared towards why a woman should be the next Doctor. And I'd ask all these journalists what their problem is with another man being cast. Like, seems rather sexist to me that all these articles are just geared towards women. You know, as I said, I don't know if you journalists or the fans or even BBC, you know, hope BBC are not listening to us because, you know, they've got to learn lessons from the last few years. And if they go down this route again, it's not going to, I don't even know who this woman is. I don't even know what her show is either. So, right, to me, she's an unknown. Right? And they've got to remember that Doctor Who has to, and the person that's cast has to appeal to everybody. Jodie Whittaker certainly didn't appeal to everybody. This is why there was such division, division in the fandom, because, you know, Whittaker was wrong for the role. They cannot make the same mistake again. They really can't. I mean, I'll be absolutely baffled if they go with an unknown. To be quite honest with you, I think you need a big name. That's my opinion, because the show has suffered. And, you know, right now it needs a steady pair of hands, whether that's Michael Sheen or someone else. But, you know, I don't see her getting it anyway. But because she's been put on this list, you know, this article is basically clickbait. But this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of this now. You know, journalists coming out and throwing their choices out or giving reasons why they think a certain actress should get the role. I mean, as I said, I mean, have any of are all these journalists like, have you got something against men or something? And don't be giving me this rubbish that it's because, you know, excuse me, excuse me, because it's been a man, before Jodie was cast, it was always a man. Is this the reason? Like, now yous are just shilling women all the time? I mean, Jodie Whittaker was wrong for the role, and this is who Martin is plugging. So that there she is there. You know, at the end of the day, as I said, if BBC are not going to learn from the lessons of the past and listen to all of these journalists, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. You know, like, I mean, what further proof do they need that this experiment has failed? Now, I know some out there will argue that, well, if you give it to the right actress, it could work. Well, right now, I would say no. You know, I think you have to go back to a bloke this time. And by the way, someone made the point, or I read an article about it. Recasting a man back as the Doctor would refresh the show again. So I honestly think that they need to do that, because they're in a position where the ratings are not too good. We don't know what the ratings are going to be like after series 13, but I say it's not going to be pretty. So the next casting of the Doctor is very, very important, but it's also crucial that they get the right person in. They get this wrong, that's it. It's game over. As I said, it's not, the show won't recover if they cast the wrong person. It's also important, obviously, that they cast the right showrunner. But the Doctor, or the person that they get to play the Doctor, it's very crucial that they get the right person. There's been lots of names mentioned. And as I said, Radio Times closed down a poll because, they didn't like the result that had come out. Very interestingly enough, Richard Ayoade, Michael Sheen fared well in the poll. Michael Sheen won the poll. They closed it down before because the result wasn't going the way they wanted it to go. So the poll was closed down, and Michael Sheen won it. And very interestingly enough, if you look at the poll, the men in the poll fared very well, whereas John Martin was the exception of all the women that were put in the poll. But all the men that were in the poll did very well. Very telling, I have to say. I think the British public, the British public will watch Doctor Who if it's good, right? They mightn't be necessarily fans, right? They might be the casual viewer, right? But if you put out something on interesting for them every Saturday night or whatever, if the new era goes back to Saturday night, families will sit around the TV and watch together if it's interesting. Doctor Who has to go back to telling interesting stories. But back to this potential casting, or the clickbait nature of the article. You're going to see a lot of this, but I don't think she's going to get the role. They normally cast a British person, as you know. So I don't see her getting the role. And for me, as I don't know any of her TV shows that she's done or created, she's relatively unknown to me. So I don't think I don't think an unknown is going to cut it. And I know a few people out there think an unknown would be the better choice, but I think a big name is needed. Definitely. That's why I've been, as I said, promoting the hashtag Sheen for 14. As I said, it's just to send BBC a message. And if you want to send in some emails to the drama department, I should say, of the BBC, send them an email, tell them, why you think Doctor Who should go down the route that you believe that it should go down, and give them your ideal candidate or who you think they should cast as the Doctor. And Lay out the issues and the problems that are with the show and that you feel need to change ASAP, you know, because BBC have to start listening. If they don't, we're going to end up in a situation where, you know, Doctor Who is off the air. Now, I know there are fans out there that believe Doctor Who is dead, right? But this show has come back from the brink before. Okay, or it's managed to come back after being on the brink, I should say. Okay, the 80s should have killed it in fairness. But it did, okay, while it did take a while to come back, it did come back in 2005. This show has a knack of surviving. And, you know, it's down to the BBC, really. They have to make the right choice when it comes to showrunner. And they certainly have to make sure that the next Doctor is someone with a decent CV. It has to be a name, in my opinion. And I know people out there will say, well, BBC can't afford this, that, and the other. Listen, there'll be plenty of people that would be willing to take on this role. While Jodie's era, or Chris Chibnall's era, I should say, has kind of tainted this show, I'm telling you, there will be people, actors and actresses that will be interested in taking this role. As I said, though, BBC must make sure that they make the right choices. And, you know, as I said, another name that's being thrown into the frame is this woman here. So I'll throw her up anyway. So hold on, give me a second. Right, so Marty found some information anyway, and he said he'd fill me in if there's any more. But this is what I have so far. So apparently, Ruth Wilson, according to the rumors on Reddit, is going to be the next Doctor. But again, it's this whole thing, as I said, it's another woman. You know, they seem to have everybody, even the rumors that are on Reddit and stuff, they all gravitating towards another female Doctor. I don't think BBC can afford to do it. Not with the last few years that we've had. A lot of fans are gonna feel that a female Doctor is tainted, and as I said, I read somewhere where someone had said that going back to a male Doctor would reinvigorate the franchise, and I do actually believe that 100%. So look, as I said, get behind that hashtag Sheen for 14. He represents what we wanted, everything that we would like the Doctor to be. A big name, obviously a man, and someone that, you know, you need to get someone that looks alien. And I think Michael Sheen ticks a lot of boxes. So I don't think they will go with him. But as I said, the hashtag is there to send a message to the BBC. Because you're going to have all the... Listen, I'll put you another way. BBC will be looking at these articles that are being put out. right? Don't be surprised if they have people looking in the comment sections of these articles. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying they are doing that, but I wouldn't be surprised, right? And there's already a couple of the feminist groups that had disappeared are now starting to reappear and speak up. And anybody that's promoting a female doctor, they're retweeting. So look, this rubbish is going to start up again if fans. Look, as I said before, it's up to you as ourselves, really. But look, we have one of the best opportunities here to have our voices to be heard. Hashtag Sheen for 14. Send a message. And it doesn't matter if you like me or dislike me, especially if you dislike me. You know, if you are concerned about the show and its future, you know, put all of that aside. You know, one common goal, to have our voices heard. You know, so Sheen for 14 would be my advice. But look, I'm going to leave it there. So this is a story. What I've decided to do is I'm just going to be doing some pre-records for the next while. There'll be no more live streams for the foreseeable future. What you call it? Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing for the next few weeks anyway. So yeah, that's it really. Thank you to everybody though that has been sending me messages and stuff. I really appreciate it. But yeah, as I said, over the next couple of weeks, I'll just be doing some pre-records, no live streams. So yeah, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. And don't forget, hashtag Sheen for 14.